Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen, friends. Today we are working on garden projects. My plan is for today to put on these baby seedlings. They are tiny. These are peppermint and sunset Swiss chard. Look how tiny seedlings they are. But I like potting them on when they're this small. I've just potted on some of the tomatillos and they were massive. They were so leggy. I've buried most of the stem in the pots. That's what I usually do and it's usually okay. But they are so fragile. I must have lost half of it. These are lettuces. The Marvel of Four Seasons, outrageous, what we've done a couple of days ago. The Marvel of Four Seasons, germination is brilliant. Outrageous, it's a bit slow. So we do the Marvel of Four Seasons and leave the other one alone for now. That goes back to the heated propagator. Also we've got the Bok Choi, the Purple Lady. So we're going to put these on, and also the purple Kohlrabi-Dyna. We're going to put these on as well. So I'm going to be busy putting on the gardener's most time consuming job. So I've got different varieties of pots. I've got these module trays. I like this one, a silicone button. It pushes up, comes out so easily. And I've also got a couple of these small pots, and although I've got a few sign, well actually I haven't got any. I must have used up for the first lot. So I'm gonna, first thing first, probably I'm gonna make some signs and then we're gonna put on. Well actually we can put on these ones in the modules tray. So I can use this sign, but I need a sign for the most of them. So yeah, if you're interested, you are welcome. The next part of this vlog, we're gonna go to the polytunnel and we're going to plant the potato seeds in one of the raised beds. What we need to do, we just gotta go out and put a little bit of compost, a couple of inches of new compost on a existing top of the existing compost, and yeah, and just put the potatoes in. So that's gonna be another job done. That's the plan, and see how it goes, friends. I haven't got the little thing. So, but this one is easy actually, because I can show you in this silicone mold. Push the silicone bottom up, and can you see how nicely it comes out? I love it. And these are four cute peppermint Swiss chard. We just harvested yesterday from last year's, still thriving in the outside raised bed in our lettuce. We collected the lettuces. So I'm just gonna separate these and put one each to this module tray. Nice. Usually the root system is longer than what's above the soil. Okay. And I'm going to bury right up to that, just that one leaf is gonna stick out. I mean, pair of leaves. The leaf's gonna stick out on end. There you go. This is such a little fiddly job, but honestly, when I'm doing it now, it's still so much easier, and they're gonna be nice and strong. So basically that's what I do. Can you see? So it's only literally just that leaves out. This is gonna take me a while, but it looks again nice and sunny out there today. Although earlier when we were doing the chores, it was windy and cold, so that's why I decided to do these jobs. But I think that wind, I think, stopped. So we'll definitely go out this afternoon to do the potatoes. Me and Al, this morning, we were pampering our goats. So I was brushing it, cutting their, you know, coat, hair, whatever they call it. Trimming their toenails, hoofs. Oh gosh, it was fun. So we bought this big teacher's board, whiteboard, and then we're gonna write down all the jobs, upcoming jobs, weekly, monthly, quarter, yearly, so on. We have done this at work when we had our business. So yeah, I was a HR and health and safety officer, and I had to keep track on everything at work. So I had those boards, you know, because otherwise you keep forgetting it, because you do think and it comes so quick, the next inspection or the next whatever. Yeah, so I think that worked for us at work. I think it's gonna work for us in our home environment. You know, the same what I'm planning my garden on as well. I like visual things, and I need to see things so I can plan and see. I usually plan daily, so I plan my days because I'm at home full time. Plan my days in the morning. So I get up, look out, see what the weather's like. If it's lovely, I plan the days working outside. If it's not nice, cold, windy, rainy, then I plan my days inside. And I usually write down a list, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, but I like daily. And ticking off the list what I've done, it's encouraging for me. So, especially with jobs I don't like doing, like cleaning, that needs to be done. That was on my list yesterday, I haven't done it. So that needs to go on my list every single day until we start doing that as well. But I know I don't need to put on list these kind of jobs because I love doing gardening and cooking. But I just put it on so I can tick it off the list. So it feels like I've done something. Alright. Again, we don't need an awful lot of these things. And I always overdo things. But now I need to think about my animals as well. So we've got the piggies, the coonies, they're doing so well. And the pygmy goats, the other three girls, Saffron, Juniper and Lily, accepted the three pygmy goats. They still haven't got names, I just call them the three musketeers. And they are just now together, they go everywhere together, they've got acres to roam around, and I think they even now started sleeping at the same pen as well. So that's so cute. Okay, so this one is done now, friends. So I'm gonna just put the sign in here, peppermint chard, so cute. And I'm just gonna put that over here. Okay, I found this little teeny tiny module tray with these teeny tiny cells, and I think that's gonna be perfect potting on these teeny tiny lettuce seedlings and kohlrabi and bok choy. I've got my dibber, the more narrow dibber, so I'm gonna make in teeny tiny holes like that, and let's see how it goes. Okay. I think this is gonna be perfect. I'm so glad I've just looked down. I've got another 2 actually down there under the grow light for these teeny tiny seedlings are perfect. So I'm gonna fill all this with the purple Kohlrabi-Purple Lady, Bok Choi and the Marvel of 4 season lettuces, friends. And I just had to pop out to get that dibber, and I actually when I'm potting on, I like to use this masking tape as just stick it on a pot, so I don't use too many of these little precious signs, plant labels. So I'm just basically using it as a plant label. So the next one I'm doing now, it's beetroot golden eye. And that's it. And I'll just stick it on the pot like that. Perfect. Look, so I've done all these today. Cuban black pepper-like. Did you see that? I love it. This is actually quite a nice planter look. Oops. Try not to break them now, they're so precious. Oh dear, what I've just done here now. Oh wow, look at this root system on this tomato. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to, I need 4 pots, nice and deep pots, and this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna put these on, and they're gonna go down probably to this level. Can you see these were the seed leaves, these 2 tiny leaves? And tomatoes are so forgiving, you know, I can take even these leaves off and pot it on. They would be more than happy to carry on growing. Can you see these little tiny, like furry looking roots? They would develop a massive root, spread around your in a pot or raised bed or garden, anchor the plant, will become these kind of roots. So this is awesome. And tomatoes are one of my favorite to grow. So that's it. I'll show you one. And I'm carry on, I've got quite a few, and I'm going to keep these in a house still because it's too cold to go out for the tomatoes. And then I'm gonna have my nice greenhouse, or probably we're gonna risk a few in around April time if it's a nice weather to plant some out for earlier crop. But I always leave some behind just in case you've got late frost or May frost. But that's it. This is now potted on. My next job is to sow some seeds. I have decided to sow the cucumbers, gherkins, melon and basil today. I've got all the pots ready, labelled, watered, ready to go. I'm going to start with dark opal basil. That's a purple basil. I love purple basil. Probably I love more the look than anything else, because my absolute favorite is the sweet basil. Okay, it's not much seed. I've got this from Red Dragon Welsh company, from Welsh chili seeds. So what I'm gonna do now, pat these down and sprinkle all over the top. Tiny basil seeds are perfect. Next, I'm doing the Watermelon-Charleston Grey. I had a go at this last year, but I wasn't successful. This year, I'm gonna have a greenhouse, hopefully. So, I'm gonna go this way down, not flat, but on a side. Oh shoot, hang on. Make sure I put the labels right. So, Charleston, that's this one. Carried away a bit then. There's loads there, but I want to use them all up because probably I'll have, if I'm successful, I'll get new seeds from She Grows Veg next year. Okie doke, that's done. Next, melon Reach Sweetness. I've not grown this before. They look so cute. Let's see what she says. This little tiger of a melon, it does look like a tiger. Oh, lovely stripes on it. Is almost too good looking to eat. Just 7 to 10 centimeters in size. Oh, they are tiny. It's the ultimate single serving melon. Just tuck in and scoop it out with your spoon. It has a wonderful aroma, sweet as a honeydew. Flesh, it's slightly firmer than most melons, meaning it stores well and it's at its best when slightly overripe. Enormously productive. I'm so looking forward to this. You know, that might be good for me this year. Oops. I just lost one. I don't want to lose any of these precious seeds. I got 5. Right. So again, I do the same. Reach sweetness. This is, here it is. These melon seeds are looking the same as cucumbers. Perfect. Okay, next, Ogen. This is the reason I keep trying on my climate in England to grow melon all and all over again. Where I came from Slovakia, Ogen, my mom grows melon in her garden. Loads, and it's the flavor, it's amazing. So for me in here, it's so hard. I mean, I'm watching these gardening programs. They're doing so well in a greenhouse for people. So I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So I started early this year. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Cucumber-Mezzo, Lungo. It's next. There it is. Here it is. In a grey pot. There's loads in this one. She Grows Veg. Okie doke. So I am just gonna scatter this all over the place like this. That'll do. Next, Darr cucumber. And we've got the gherkin, and that's it, friends. I'm gonna put this on heated propagators. I'm good to go. Darr, this one here. I've got 2 packets of this gherkin. I like this gherkin. It's what my mum uses at home to pickle gherkins. Or not exactly this packet, but these looking gherkins, and these are the best for pickling. So I'll do one because there's plenty in there, and I keep the other packet as spare. Right friends, we're good to go. I'm just going to cover these up now and see you in a garden. Today we're going to plant the potatoes, the seeds, the First Early Vitanoire bean purple potato. Welcome to the polytunnel. So we are going to deal with the potatoes next. I'm gonna show you what I do. So this raised bed here behind me still got some celery and some snapdragon in it, but I'm going to leave for now. I have decided to put, this was the tomato bed last year. I've decided to put the potatoes in here, the First Early potatoes in here this year. The reason why, I'm just juggling with the thoughts of what to put in which bed. I'm not sure if you can hear that plane, it's quite loud. So it didn't really work for tomatoes. So this is actually going to be the bean arch this year. So beans and potatoes together, they actually companion plant, they help each other grow, repel pests. You know, beans are nitrogen fixers, so it works, and it's an experiment. I've never done this before, so I've never planted the beans and potatoes together, so we're gonna find out. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe. But there is still some lettuce in the end, there's still some celery, and I'm still finding it hard to pull things out. I know. Whether this is a mistake or not, the reason I'm leaving the celery, because it's a slug trap. You know, so it's full of slugs. And I know if the slugs go there, it's not gonna eat the potatoes or the young beans what I'm going to put out end of May. So that's the plan, friends. I've still got some parsley in there and stuff, but hey ho. I did put a little bit of ash. Our heating system is biomass, so we got plenty of ash and we use it around the property. One of the place I'm using it up, it's in my garden. So I put not too much, but a little bit of ash and compost. My compost is nearly ready. It's hard to get up there with any machinery after all the rain we had. We keep get stuck sometimes, and it's not 100% ready anyway. So I have decided to buy a few bags. So, but these are my last 2 bags now. I'm really running low. I either need to go somewhere to buy like a pallet full of compost, or just wait for my own. Right, so let's do this, friends. So first thing first, what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to spread this compost into these beds. I'm gonna rake it even, and then we're just gonna put the potatoes in. It's gonna be so easy, honestly. This like that. These potatoes now been chitting for over a month. Look at these lovely chits. Just wait the helicopter to go past the army one. It's got lovely chits on them. Some people take most of it off and just leave a couple. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. are gonna start flowering. It's gonna be a nice display of this potato and bean bed. One more bed is done. This one, friends. I'm not gonna do any more because I found it really hard. It's windy and it just blows the fabric around and the cardboard, so it's not an easy task, and probably not gonna hear me well neither. So I'm gonna leave this job until tomorrow. Tomorrow is a glorious day, 17 degrees Celsius. I think it's the best year so far this year. So hopefully no wind, doesn't show with the trusty app, so hopefully we can finish off the rest of the raised beds in here. I'm just gonna do one more job. We're going to empty that van, try to throw things away what I don't need, tidy up, and what is useful, put it back to the potting shed. So let's go. Right, so I have to go through all this. There is loads of things in there what I need to chuck, I think, especially those last year's plants, and everything else wiped, cleaned, and go back to the potting shed. So let's get cracking on this job. Okay, I am so glad that van, the moving van, it's done. That's a tick on my list. So I've managed to even chuck some things away, but still lots of things around here. This is my outside potting shed, the old potting shed I've inherited from the previous owner. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a organizing around. That's cleanish. Regarding a potting shed, that's cool. I've still got loads of pots out there behind me, can you see? So that's gonna be another day now. I'm gonna call it a day. Tomorrow I'm gonna go back. Tomorrow is gonna be the hottest day, so that's gonna be a new vlog, the hottest day of the year, and carry on doing the raised bed by the fence. We're gonna do a big harvest and we'll see how it goes. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today and see you very soon. Bye friends!